Hey, good evening, everybody. It's Eric Beans, CEO of HapPhi. Today we're Thursday, August the 4th, 2022, and I hope everybody's having a great night. So, one of the quickest and easiest ways you can get a software company up and running is by utilizing APIs. So, APIs are essentially different applications that you can pull into your product to be able to launch much faster for things that you don't want to have to develop. A perfect example of that is, do you really want to spend a couple months coding so that you send out a text in order for somebody to verify that their phone is a legitimate phone or not? That's been created, it's been done, it's not a core part of your business. That's not how you're going to monetize your business. I'm assuming that's not how you're going to monetize your business. So it's already been done. So do you allocate your resources, or do you go ahead and build that out? Another perfect example, Google Maps or any sort of mapping API. If you have some geolocation functions, it would cost you billions of dollars to be able to to build out and map out what Google's created. You have to, create a satellite map, a means and mechanism for being able to track and geolocate, get your users, etc. But you're not really going to use it as your core business. So that's another perfect example where you use somebody else's API. There are a lot of examples like that, but you can literally launch a company predicated on using other people's APIs. We did it before. We spent years building on top of somebody else's API, enhancing what they had to offer, so that we went out with something unique. But we were using Twilio, yeah, for the texting side. So were a lot of other people, our competitors were. And we had to, build scheduling on top of it and build our queue, messaging queue, inbound and outbound queue. How do you actually track which messages have been delivered? Do some kernel work to make sure that when Linux, runs their 1 minute clock, that you actually didn't reset and start resending messages. Build in duplicate logic. What do you do if somebody runs out of money while they're sending messages? They're trying to reload. How do you pick up where you left up? All that stuff we had to build over and above, and a lot more that wasn't part of the core API package. So it sounds great, right? You're like, well, why would I build a software product when I just build on top of APIs? And there is some merit to that. We've also had situations in my career where we chose an API partner, built a geolocated, essentially a Groupon type thing on top of it, but it was specifically for holistic. It was called Holistic Savings Club. Built it all out, and then the API partner that we were counting on went out of business, so they didn't support the API. In other words, all of the software and technology and work that we had just done to create this product and this offering and get it out to the world was immediately irrelevant. It was gone. So you want to make sure you choose your API partners properly. You're not. I'm not going to say small companies aren't a good idea to API with, but you want to make sure that they have a reasonable business model and that they're actually going to be there for a while. Because if you tie in with a person or the company and they get wiped out, you might find yourself in a bad position. Now, development on an API can be as simple as calling in their function, but it can also be years of building on top of it, like what we did with the texting side. So it's a lot of it depends on that as well. If you're just calling in, basic API call, and there's a lot of competitors out there, and you like a little, small company, use them. Use them. If you're, going to be spending your entire budget building on top of a platform, you don't need necessarily a mega company, but you want to make sure that company's going to be there. AWS is, I don't know how that company keeps spitting out brand new products and services on the DevOps side, but nobody can compete with AWS on the DevOps side. It's futile. They have so much cool stuff from AI and other things, picture AI. We're going to be utilizing, it's called recognition for the image AI. That's something we'll use through Amazon Web Services. Well, why? Because I don't want to have to build out an image recognition AI. They already have it. And I'm 100% sure, well, 99.99% sure that Amazon's going to be around for a long time. And judging by Jeff Bezos's build and his tan, he's doing just fine. Although a lot of people would make the case that Elon Musk, with his pastiness, shows that Elon Musk is working harder. But Bezos did retire, so he can do whatever he wants. Kudos to him. So, long story short, picking APIs, figuring out what you want, what you can leverage, what you can't leverage, whether you're going to build the technology yourself. Almost everything we're doing for HapPhi is our own development. And then we're going to be offering the API services to other people. The pieces that we're not going to build, the number recognition piece, billing. So we're going to use Stripe for billing. That'll be tied in through their API and a lot of their functionality through their API. We're not going to bill out the payment processor piece for crypto. So we're going to use Solana Pay for that. Hard wallets for other pieces, because there are hacks on the soft wallet side. We don't want anything to happen to our users. Google Maps, has an API function that we'll be calling in. And a couple other things here and there, like for account verification, texting verification, things of those sorts. We'll be pulling in some API calls from a variety of different places there as well. Obviously, recognition on the AI side that we discussed earlier. A couple other microservices from AWS, but the core functionality from chat and auth and add a friend and this, that, the other, data storage and search and all that other stuff, that's actually all going to be built by us. Along with, we're also going to be APIing in with OpenSea, so a lot of our NFT stuff will be built on top of the OpenSea API. So we're definitely making our decisions to leverage. OpenSea is a $14 billion company. Amazon's almost $1 trillion company. Google's almost $1 trillion company. If we use Twilio for the texting piece, they're $1 billion company, so, or more. I don't know what their recent valuation is. So these are all mega companies that we're not worried about going out of business. So make these decisions wisely. Give it real thought. If you've got questions, if you've got a business idea you want to bounce around, feel free to reach out during the questions and comments. Always open to even negative feedback. Don't mind at all. We'll bounce that around here on the show. And if you're having a bad day and you want to say something about it, feel free. That's what we're here for. Hope everybody stays happy, stays healthy, and has a great night. And we'll do this again tomorrow. Bye-bye.